G'day, it's Rusty from Rusty's Outback Adventures, and in today's video from our In the Shed series, I'm going to be building a mobile welding bench. So I hope you enjoy the video. Stick with us as we put this thing together. So what we're going to try and do here today is we're going to turn this pile of steel. We've got that's 1600 by 900 by 10mm thick steel plate. We've got our box section mild steel there, and we're going to use these castors because we're going to make it mobile, and with the aid of a plate on the bottom we're going to use this 3/4 threaded rod and these nuts. We're going to make ourselves some plate on the bottom of the legs, and we're going to make this thing mobile. So alright, let's see if we can turn all this steel here.
The day I die. Hey, swing those hips around. Can't stop, won't back down. My ladies, short, tall, thin or wide, always down and ready to ride.
Okay, so we've cut the legs, we've cut the braces, it's all the steel ready to go. I'm using the workbench, the bench top, as my welding bench for purposes of welding all this together. I've drawn my lines on so I know where everything is. I've measured the diagonals, they're all square. The welder I'm using in the shed is my new Unimig Viper 182. Bought this to replace my old MIG that was served me well for 27 years. It blew a bridge rectifier in the end. But look, this welder is Australian made welder. Really happy with it. I only had it a few months, but really happy with the way it works. Really good control over the current. I'm currently using 0.8 MIG wire on this. Depending on the current settings, I can weld up to 10mm plate. I'm only welding 3mm on the box section, so oodles of power and reserve. Now this particular welder is a single phase 10 amp plug on the end, so it fits any household or normal outlet in your house or your shed. Castor to the plate. On here we're going to weld this nut onto this piece of threaded section. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take another piece, drill a hole and weld that on the inside, so that's actually inside the leg, so on the leg of the table, and then we'll be able to screw them together with a lock nut. So yeah, that's the next thing we'll do. We'll do that now. Clearance hole for the thread to go through, and we're going to weld a nut on there. Okay, so here's the first of 4 caster assemblies. The swivel on the bottom, we've welded that threaded piece to the nut, and we've welded that to this plate, which is now welded to the caster. This plate here with the nut on it will actually fit inside the leg, and this just gives us a locking nut. So once we get it level, we'll be able to lock that in. And I'll just show you where it's going to fit. Get this camera around here. Right, so the idea is that we'll weld that plate onto there like that. I hope you can see that, I've got it in the right spot. Yeah. So that'll weld on there, and then it gives us the adjustment here with that lock nut. So it'll hold it all in place. So that's the first one. I've got 3 to go. So the plate's welded on. This is the caster, as I showed you before. Threaded section welded to the plate, plate welded to the caster. Just gives us a lock nut there, so once we lock it in we can get it all level. That's the idea of that. We've got locking caster wheels on opposite corners and swivel there, and we've got another locking one there. So okay, it's time to turn it up the other way and put the top on. After a coat of paint. Needs to get a coat of paint on it first. I'll do it while it's upside down. That might be easier to get this bottom bit. This is a tray, this is a frame rail, this angle iron. We'll slot some sort of mesh or timber base in there. So, alright. After a coat of paint and the wheels are in, and I'll show you how easy it turns. Alright. So, okay, so all we got to do now is we're going to lift the steel plate and with the engine crane, and we'll put it up on the frame. So let's get. And just squared it up on the frame so it's square on the sides, front to back, and yeah, there we go. I've just got to weld the plate to the frame now. That's the last thing to do, and it's a good thing. Yeah, pretty pleased with the way it came out. If you're wondering what the holes are in the top of the bench, these are 10mm holes, spaced 100mm centres. The idea of these is, I haven't yet made them, but I'll do that in another video. I'll show you how I make some welding clamps. So use the hole as a mounting point, and yeah, I'll add that in another video. Yeah, I haven't decided yet what I'm going to use on the floor in the shelf underneath, whether I put some mesh or whether I put some ply. So we're still working on that idea. If you've got any questions you'd like to put them in the comments below, I'll answer anything you want to know. Whether there's anything about the bench, whether you have any ideas that made your bench a bit different, or personalised the way you use your bench in terms of attachments that you might put on it, yeah, put them in the comments below. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you got a bit out of that. I'll put the dimensions for the material and where I got the steel plate from, I'll put that in the description below. If you like the video, yeah, thumbs up would be great. If you like to subscribe to the channel, great to have you along, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.